Hello YouTube, it is me, Raina, and I am back. So I'm just going to give my thoughts and reactions to the Star Wars news that was just put out today at Star Wars Celebration. Now I'm only going to talk about the movies here because I think, with Star Wars fans and us alike, it's surprising that they announced not only one, not two, but three movies that are coming out. Now there are no release dates yet, these are just being announced. So I'm going to start from current and going on back. The ones I was most surprised by, and then going on from there. So the one that really surprised me that was announced was a movie that's going to be about Rey Skywalker from the sequel series, starring Daisy Ridley. She was there. She showed up. And it was I'm happy that she is, they're continuing with her character. So her movie is going to take 15 years after the Rise of Skywalker. She's going to be a Jedi Master, and it's going to be about Rey attempting to rebuild the Jedi Order like Luke Skywalker did before her. And it's going to be directed, the first female Star Wars movie directed by Sharmeen Oldie-Chinoy. I do apologize that I messed up her name, but she did direct some episodes of Ms. Marvel. So that really intrigues me that they are continuing with Rey. For right now, it's only one movie starring her from the sequel series. And I, for one, am happy. For me, I really did enjoy the characters from the sequel series. I just feel like the storytelling and some of the character work for me did not work, especially in the final movie. I feel like they were getting somewhere with the second one, but the third one to me really just kind of ruined it a little bit for me. They didn't stick the landing. I will say they did not stick the landing with the sequel series, but I'm happy that we are having Daisy Ridley back playing an older Rey. She could be a Jedi Master, so that'd be very interesting to see. To see what she's been doing and how she's going to rebuild the Jedi Order. And so another movie that was announced was going to be directed by James Mangold, who is doing the recent Indiana Jones movie. His movie is going to basically go way back in the past and tell basically the origin of the Order, the origin of the Jedi, how they came to be. I'm guessing the origin of the Force. So that'd be very interesting. Once again, this is one movie. It's not connected, so his is taking place all the way in the past. And then the one that I'm actually really excited for is the Dave Filoni Star Wars movie that is basically going to be the culmination of The Mandalorian, Boba Fett, the Ahsoka series, basically a good chunk of what we've seen on Disney Plus Star Wars stuff is what he's going to put in his movie. And so that will take place kind of in between. If you look at the timeline, it will take in between, the origin of the Force to, the Rey movie. And all three of these movies are separate in the universe. They have big years in between them. And to me, if this all works out, it's Star Wars, they announce stuff and they, change their mind midway through. But if this does all work out, I think this is for the better. Them having these directors, them having Daisy Ridley, Dave Filoni has been working on the shows on Disney Plus. And it seems like they're happy with James Mangold when it came to Indiana Jones. So this gives me a little bit more hope. Still, I'm kind of skeptical. But if this does all work out, I think Star Wars should do this on their movies to where they're singular movies. So we have, this movie concentrates on this one character or these group of characters, and then we move to a different thing. Trilogies are fine, but I think, honestly, I think with Star Wars over time, they're trying to recapture the magic of the original trilogy and when it comes to these new movies, and I feel like they get lost in that and don't concentrate on what they have right in front of them. And that really affected them with the sequel trilogy. So them doing these individual movies, I think, will help, because the individual shows, in my opinion, have been mostly hits and have done better, as we see with each new show. So yes, I was surprised they announced 3 movies with these 3 directors, and especially with the Rey one. So what are your thoughts on this on the movie front? What are your theories? Leave your comments down below, and bye YouTube.